pt.62. Hey folks, we're live. It is Wednesday. It is Wednesday. I have to remind myself from there. Wednesday. We are on Wednesday. Do some game dev. I hope you've all had a good week so far. My week's been okay. Not the greatest of starts, but doing alright, I suppose. But we made it halfway. And hello there, Moongate Mage. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good week. We're going to jump straight into the game because I want to do some. I want to do one or two little things, and then we can spend the rest of the time working stuff out. So switch over to the main scene. Awesome. I see Restream bot is kicked in. It's good to see that. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking about not keeping Restream for the long term. Probably going to end up switching that out for a homemade solution. It's going to be cheaper for starters, and I don't get the full benefit, so winners all around. Electro Swing Hard Rock. Let's give this a go. Put full volume. That should do us. Okay, that seems to be happy there. This Restream is firing in all cylinders. Let's stop that one there and have our main page up. Awesome. And let's get our bot going there. Cool. All good. And stuff. That one there. Okay, so start doing a little bit off stream, but I'm going to try and make a medal pop up when you get a certain score. So I started doing the medal graphic. When I say doing the graphic, finding a free usable kind of graphic online and repurposing it, as I'm not willing to put too much time into this. Just want to kind of round it around. If I want to elaborate and put more effort in, I can down the line. But it needs to have something first. Like even these buildings, I could swap out the buildings. I quite like the buildings though, so not in any rush to swap those. But what I've got so far, I got myself this medal award empty, and it's got a image in there which is just the medal, which I'm gonna swap out for actual medal image as default image. Let's go to sprites. Can I drag that in there? Can't do that at the moment. Might have been using the wrong item. I don't know. We'll find out. I'm liking the sound on this. It's quite a funky thing going on in that music. Now, I might have added the wrong thing. Let's go for... It's not a raw image. I just have a regular image. So the alternative there, I just kind of dragged it in. Where have I done something similar to this? It is in the projectile selection menu, isn't it? So we've got the panels there. These are images. And it says source image. So that's image, source image. Oh, and now that has... Oh, what? No, I'm confused. So that wasn't there before, I'm sure. I have to go back on my VOD and have a look what that was, but I'm sure that wasn't there. Maybe it was. Maybe it was just closed up. I think it might have been closed up and I couldn't see it. Yeah, so that's the thing. That's good there. So I could drag in that into there. So we got... Well, we have to go back into Photoshop and change these, but... maybe if I want to do like a little animation where this kind of does its own thing. Quite happy that being center actually. Let's go for the Y. Probably something like that. It doesn't really quite fit with the whole theme. But then it's metal, it's medieval times, they have metal, so... So we could do that. So I need to have a fourth. Well, I suppose I need to have a fourth. I can just hide it, I suppose. And then sort of it kind of like shows the image go, whoa, you've got the bronze medal. I'm going to have to build a system that stores the times per level. Go, okay, what is the... How do you get the bronze? How do you get it? So I do need to make a some kind of settings file. Well, I can probably put it into the awards actually to tell me how it shows up. But I'm quite happy with its placement now. So the medal award, and the medal itself just gets swapped out. So set 0, set 1. So I need the code to have the 3 sprites in it and for it to swap over. So let's go public sprite bronze. Just go prefix it medal bronze and public sprite medal silver and public sprite no caps on there medal gold. Save that. If we're having this react to the score, it's going to be the what's it called? The game values. We'll save that and have a quick look back on the editor. It is game values. Okay, game values. Let's add the game values now. So public game values as GV, as I standard go. I need to be checking if GV the level complete. So if it's level complete, then we need to get the time, don't we? I suppose, because certain aspects of the game values will have to get reset at the start of each level, because each level will be a slightly different time, so I need to make sure I store those per level. So I need to have like a value that has the level name in there, so like level 1 bronze, level 1 silver, level 1 gold. Have all those kind of things in there. But I feel that should be a separate. Needs to be a separate thing, I think. Yeah, I have a separate set of code that I hard code that into and just have that as a global value. This medal award thing will be universal. It's going to be on every single level. So I need to be able to pull the correct. So I'm going to need to know what the scene is. Let's make a private string. Go scene name. Go scene name equals. Do I need the let's do that for now. Do I need to have using Unity engine dot scene management? Go scene manager dot get active scene dot name. I feel that works. Now once I've got the name there, I could then pass the name to another function. So I could have the values in. I could store them in game value, but as a get rather than a changeable value. So we can actually go into game values and actually set them there. So where's game values? Game values. Game values, there it is. So we can go private. We can set them in here. Private. Or to break this down even more, do I actually make an object, scriptable object, just for each level? And then set that. Or do I set them globally? Oh, that's tough. Because otherwise I'm repeating a lot of stuff. So I could... Let's go to scripts. Make a new script. Let's do it this way. Call this medal award time. Medal award times. Let's do that. There we go, medal award times. Open that script. Remove those because we're not going to need them. And change this to scriptable object and create assets menu. And this will have 3 variables. It'll be strings, I suppose. Yeah, it'll have to be strings because I have to compare it to a string. That's going to be in close. I have to double check. I definitely completed that last time. Pretty sure I did. And I can delete the barrel coding because I've kind of unified it. Actually, I can see it in game values, can't I? So you've got time in minutes, time in seconds. You get time and text will return you get time text so I could store it in minutes and seconds separately, or I could write it as a formatted time. Which could be minutes in 2 digits and seconds in 2 digits with a colon between. That might be the easiest. Let's try that. Let's go with that. So public string there's public string. It's going to be bronze public string silver public string gold. Now should we do actually make it life a little bit easier and go bronze time silver time gold time. I'll leave myself a little note. Time as for bronze medal. Okay, let's go. How the hell do I use this? Unlikely, but there's a good chance. Silver medal. Gold medal. Right. Now I can make a function in here, which if you pass it pass it a time, it can check it here. So let's go public. And so we're passing a string back, but I can pass back bronze, silver, gold to say which one it is. Public string medal 1 return medal, and we want to make sure that takes in string time. Now this is where it gets interesting, because you need to have, it needs to be time or less. So I can put some examples, like 10 minutes, 0.5 minutes, and 0.2 30. Now I could convert these to total minutes, and that'll be easier. So we convert the time into minutes, and then I can say, well, if the time is less than gold, then it's gold. Less than or equal to gold, and it's gold. Less than or equal to silver, it's silver. Less than or equal to bronze, it's bronze, but only if it's not the others. So it's first got to check, it's got to do the first one it comes to, but it's got to check from gold. So if it's less than or equal to gold, it's gold. Stop checking. But if it's not less than or equal to gold, is it less than or equal to silver? In which case it's silver. But if it's not less than or equal to silver, is it less than or equal to bronze? Then it's bronze. If it's not less than or equal to bronze, it's nothing. So I'm going to have to do some conversions here. So I can make a quick function to do that here. Private, because I don't need to be called from anywhere else. So private float. Does it need to be a float? Definitely needs to be a float. Because it is whole minutes, not seconds. Or is it in seconds? Yeah, it's minutes and seconds, isn't it? But yeah, it's going to be whole seconds. So it's not going to be fraction seconds. So int, private int, get minutes. And put string in there as time. Int min equals 0. Oh, no, misspelling there. Return min. And let's go int min time equals get minutes time. So that will pull in the time in minutes. Now to break it into minutes, it'll be seconds really, isn't it? Seconds, not unless it's a float, isn't it? It can be seconds. It's got to be seconds. Get seconds. And that'll be sec rather than min. And make this sec time. Okay, so to get the seconds, we firstly go sec equals time. Dot substring 1 2 3 4 and by 2 and now we can just can't do that one. How do we convert string to integer? So convert not convert. So try parse. Okay, let's go string s. Okay, so we're pulling the seconds out straight away anyway. Sec equals s. It's not a string function. Int parse. Yeah, I think that works. And then we'll effectively do the same again. But rather than it's going to be starting at 1 for 2. And it's going to be plus, but then times by 60. And that will get the total seconds in a text time. put in these example times anyway. Okie dokie, right. So, we need to check. It's probably going to be nested if statements. Because we can't do a switch statement. So it's got to be, let's go with an if. Start with an if. So if sec time is less than or equal to gold time, then gold time needs to have a get seconds function else, whoops, not how it's spelled, else you can do it now, if I'll just put the if inside there. There's an else if. No, I can just nest them, it's fine. Else if sec time is less than or equal to get seconds silver time, else if sec time is less than or equal to get seconds bronze time, else nothing. So in this case, medal or equal gold, medal will equal silver, medal will equal bronze, medal will equal none. Now, I wonder if there's an easy way of doing this, but that will function. Now, where I've put the sprites into here, I could have put the sprites into here and just return the sprite rather than the text. Oops, putting myself over here. crash my laptop. See if that recovers. Unlikely. Oh well. No, it has. Yeah, so the question is, before I go too far, do I add it into here? And into there, because that's going to be a standard then. Yeah, I'm thinking we put it into here. And rather than returning a string, we return a sprite. That kind of cuts out a little bit in the middle there. Totally lost track of time. Hey, Lisa. But I'm here. I saw the notes. How's it going? No problem at all. You don't have to worry about losing track of time. I will be here regardless. How have you been? I hope you've had a good week. I need to have another sprite. Doing right. I had a fun day at the internship, which I go to once a week. Nice. I'm glad to hear that. My boss has 4 cats. Awesome. Pets of them all. What kind of cats do you have? They're all different types. How are you? I'm okay. Been a little bit tired this week. I was tired on Monday. Tired yesterday. Today, not so bad. I think I slept better last night. But yeah, today's been good. Let's go with middle none. And this will just be a blank transparent. I'm loving the funkiness of this. Nice funky tunes in my head. Right. So rather than having it in the medal rewards, this just kind of pulls it. Still not sure about if it's gonna have a do it by scene, or I guess. Might still need that. I'll keep this for the moment. But if I can create one of these objects with the defaults. And then make variants for every level and just change these times. Right. Let's create a medal reward time. Now we do this per level, so level 1. feeling I need to know what they are, don't I? So medals level 1. So bronze, silver, gold, and now I need to have a none as well, really. Suppose I can quickly do something in Photoshop here. If I take one of these, let's go image, crop. Hey Nix, thank you for the hearts. Hope you're okay. Doesn't really matter if I get this too accurate because you're not going to see it anyway. But I suppose it depends if I want it to show that there could be a middle. It could be just like a little X or something. But it needs to be the same sort of dimensions. Of course, the image doesn't exist outside of Unity. I can't just grab it as it is. Cool. So that's a kind of a good starter. So I can make a new layer on top of this. Go to the layers. New layer. Just call it layer 1. Let's put this opacity down a little so it's not so bold. And what should we go for? I'm thinking probably like a little, you know, like the no entry or like error kind of red circle with a red X in it, maybe. Go for something along those lines. So I can remember how to do shapes. Let's save this as a new project just in case. So medal none, we'll call it. Oh, no capital. Medals none. Ellipse, I think that's one we want. Let's go for a nice strong scarlet. The colour's back different. There we go. I want the line to be a bit thinner. Probably something like that. So what's that? It's 9 points. It's got a 9 point of a line. Cool. Probably put some text in for the actual X. Or do I just draw it? I could just draw it, can I? Line tool. Properties. 9 point. Yeah, okay. So let's make another layer. And we'll put it on top there. Oh, something's not quite right there. Yeah, all those cool emotes. Thank you, thank you. I also sell emotes of Jeffrey nudes. Yeah, one day you might have someone take you up on that. Okay, so not sure where we went wrong there. Let's make a new layer again. So I have a new layer, and I want to make... Ah, that's probably why. Right. Let's try drawing again. Bizarre. Not bizarre. Clearly not understanding how lines work. Let's delete and try again. It's been a little while since I've drawn anything in Photoshop. It's normally like photo editing. Don't really do shapes in Photoshop. Wait. That looks a bit more promising. Cool, okay. Now I want to kind of... now as they're shapes, can I interact with them like they would as an image, or are they still just shapes? They look like they kind of... We go to the eraser tool. Yeah, I'm gonna have to rasterize them, aren't I? So they're no longer shapes, they're now image data. Okay. Now I should be able to combine, merge those layers and get rid of that one. So, seems reasonable. Save that Photoshop and export as a PNG and drag that into Unity. And we'll use that as a you didn't win anything this time. Sprites, cool. Medals, none. Let's drag it into here. Set this as sprite. What you doing, brother? How's it going, Jeffrey? Good to see you. We're doing the medal system. That's with that circle thing. So this is going to be you didn't win a medal. So if I drag that as a default into there, so there you go. So that's kind of like you didn't win anything. Then there's a bronze, a silver, and a gold. Either circle thing or the two buttons play again next level off center. Probably these two, to be honest. Messes with me autism. Yeah, plays havoc. Right, where's the yeah, because I have not actually calculated where these should be. Because I'm pretty sure that is center. Okay, that's at 0. These, however, are offset. So we can do some calculations as to where they should be. Or we can just eyeball it and just kind of do something along those lines. You like Bill Saber's cat I sent in the server? Yeah, lovely fluffy looking. He just kind of chills out there, does he? That's pretty awesome. He gave me a shout out Monday in his stream, which is life goals, since being a gigantic fan of his music way before I knew he streamed. Nice. That's awesome. Sounds like a pretty cool dude. He has 4 million plus views on video clips. Wow. That is something. Make that 170. 170. Now, can I be... I wonder if I can do this mathematically. Because next level is 170 pixels right of center. If I make this minus 170, is that right? If I get medal, because medal is the center, that's center. Let's go to the prefabs, make sure I apply everything into there. That's the level ends. So minus 170, 170, 170, 170. Okay. I feel that's centre now. But what doesn't help is these buildings probably aren't centre. So that's going to throw everything off as well. I suppose I need to shift the entire level. The thing is, the camera is over the right shoulder of the trebuchet. Now, is that going to be awkward? Having the camera looking over the right hand side of the trebuchet, or should the trebuchet be dead centre? Because even in like first person shooters, the gun's not in the centre of the screen. At least where it's pointing is in the centre of the screen, but where it actually is not. But I feel probably the whole thing needs to shift. So these two buildings and the rest of the level kind of sits better. Yeah, we can look at that in a little bit. Because it's kind of like a separate thing. I know it kind of works with the UI and could do with shifting things around a bit. But we shall get to that. Let's go back to the medal system. Scripts. So the medal award needs to have medal award. Yeah, so that needs to be applied to there. Have the game values in there. Game values. But it also needs to have that in there as well. So that is an image. Is it a sprite? I suppose it's a sprite. So let's go back to script. I need a bit more music. That's music has run out. Melodic techno progressive house. Yeah, see what that sounds like. Turn it down a little bit. So medal awards. So that's going to want to have a public. Oh, let's do game object. Good evening, hey Shane, how's it going, dude? Good evening to you as well. Hope you've been having a good week so far. We've made it to Wednesday. Let's just quickly check how I did it on the other thing. Save that. Yeah, we're working on the medal system. So it comes up with a medal depending on your performance and how you play. Projectile selection. It is, isn't it? Projectile button. Oh, because these are buttons, not images. Set button image. Ooh, excuse me. Did say I was tired earlier. Show looks cool, by the way, today, HJ. Thank you, Jeffrey. I was thinking of posting a picture in my Discord, but completely forgot. This is based on Fallout. I think it's the was it the? I forgot what they call the things now. Big hulking things that can kill you in 2 hits. But yeah, I've had this shirt for a long time, and I've only played Fallout more recently. Ah, Shane gave you a follow. That's awesome. Yeah, if you like metal themes, you'll definitely like Cold Hikikomori. You're in been in previous numerous bands before, and now moving into electronic music, which is cool. And you're also a pretty good illustrator and artist. So there should be plenty to enjoy. I think you shared some music you were working on. It sounded right up my alley. Oh yes, yeah. I shared Jeffrey's music. Yeah, really good. Really enjoy that kind of stuff. Like I especially enjoyed the sounds of music when the likes of like Korn teamed up with Skrillex, for instance. So when you start combining like the sounds of like heavy sort of metal kind of sounds with heavy electronic kind of stuff, it melds quite nicely. So these are buttons. It's a different thing. Let's do a little bit of try now. You can't break these things unless you're writing specific files that you can't get back. It doesn't hurt to write the thing, test it, doesn't work, go back and try something else. Let's just call that middle. Path to Totality. Oh yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, it's an awesome, awesome project that he worked on. Metal really does go with everything. It does. No, I can't imagine not experimenting with music. I'd love to hear, like, sort of, what happens when you mix this style with this style. And sometimes it won't work, sometimes it does. There's one mashup genre I really love. And there's not a lot of music in that genre. And that's electro swing. Every kind of playlist I found for electro swing has the same few songs in it. But yeah, maybe it's too niche to have too many artists. Sounds interesting, yeah. Like if you think of it's probably not gonna flag too much. Let's find some play of my stream. Electro swing. There we go. Not sure how that's coming through my stream. Probably always turn it up a little bit. Yes. It's when you start mixing really old music with really modern stuff. But it's there, using old instruments with electronic sounds on top. This is probably more like electro disco swing, maybe. But I suppose because the genre is quite small, they kind of widen the scope a bit. It's great, awesome. Yeah, and you got that brass comes in as well. Let's see if this works. We'll save that. Go middle awards. No. So there's probably have to be a game object. Alright, so we've got middle sprite. You got kind of like visions of flappers from like 1940s, I think it was it. Well, dancing around, but then have a electronic beat kicking. was going for a bit. Nice. Path to Totality. It's a project that Korn and Skrillex worked on. I think it's the whole project name, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it's the whole ooh, nice. Yeah, I highly recommend, if you like Korn anyway, check out Path to Totality. Path to Totality. What's the show from? This is from Fallout. I think probably specifically Fallout 4, maybe? Fallout 3, Fallout 4. It's Deathclaw, that's what they call Deathclaw. I think that's what it says across in the death metal text. It's Deathclaw. Favourite game, yeah. It wasn't very well received from what I remember. Yeah, I think there's a lot of metal purists that didn't like the chavvy kind of music influence. But it worked well. I think Korn's always had dubstep in the music. It just wasn't known as dubstep. Yeah, it's a shame, yeah. I remember seeing Korn live and they played... I can't remember what song it was. They did play one of the songs they did with Skrillex. Obviously Skrillex's part was like samples and stuff that they kind of injected into the live. But yeah, it sounded really awesome on like a live performance. Is it image? Is it sprite? Might be sprite. Sprite is not a Unity component. What is it then? I like this cover. So I've actually listened to this exact mix at least a couple of times before. I can imagine it would sound really good live. Saw Tom Morello a few years ago and his stuff was incredible live. Nice. Yeah, I'm not sure. Have I seen Tom Morello by himself? I might have done. I might have seen him guest on something. That's awesome. Yeah, I did see Rage Against the Machine. Oh, blimey, how long ago is that? Probably 15 years ago. It was surprise support act for Muse. Nice. Used to make a lot of metal, but did some electronic stuff. Now, yes, but thanks. You like it. Will be metal near future again. Cool. I was asked to join a band, by the way, some time ago. They sent me demos now and keep stroking my ego describing how much they like my old stuff. As long as you make what you enjoy making, that's the main thing. But I'm not really a band person, even though they make sounds... what they make sounds fun, so see. Yeah. Yeah, see, if you feel the vibe, go with it. Yeah, that's fine. I suppose you can... Yeah. whatever's going to work, I suppose. Oh, Facebook, you their demo thingy. Too big for Discord. Okie dokie. Yeah. No problem. What is that? It's an image, source image, sprite. It's not a sprite. That's material. No. Really miss playing and making music. Oh. You've not had much of an opportunity for a while, Shane. TwitchCon Paris. This dude French. Oh, did you go to TwitchCon in 2023, Shane? I'd take a TwitchCon Paris, didn't go in the end because of the riots, couldn't refund the ticket. Oh no, Shane. I did think about going to TwitchCon Paris at one stage. Supposed to go, but the riots, yeah. Yeah, now you mention it, I can see the Eiffel Tower in your little icon. Yeah, because my icon is still the 2017 TwitchCon in Long Beach, which is just like the Twitch logo of the 17. That's the only TwitchCon I've ever been to, was Long Beach 2017. Friend I was going with cancelled everything last minute. I couldn't find accommodation. Oh no, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Bet that would have been awesome otherwise. TwitchCon is in Rotterdam in Netherlands. Ain't going no, bit far. And it's in Rotterdam. Yeah. Boo, Rotterdam, boo. Also that. No, don't speak of Rotterdam. Let alone go there. I'd love to go to one still at some point. Yeah, it's fun. Like the one in Long Beach, California that I went to. Massive convention center, as you can imagine, and I bumped into so many big Twitch streamers. And yeah, sort of got photos and had a chat and went to like panels to listen to like their advice on how to do stuff. And I remember I went to like a lawyer's panel, like a legal panel, and they said we'll take questions from the audience. So I lined up for the microphone and I asked the question. So well. This was, as I say, like 15 years ago. Well, not even 15 years ago. It was 2017. More than that, isn't it? 15 would have been... No, it's not 15 years ago, sorry. 5, 6... I can't math. 2... 8 years ago. Yeah, thank you, Nix. I don't math. Why am I thinking 15? Oh, because I was thinking about corn, probably. I was thinking of something 15 years ago. But yeah, 8 years ago I went to TwitchCon, and I walked up to the microphone and I asked these legal experts as far as Twitch is concerned. I said, well, I would like to DJ on Twitch. Linux William. Yeah. 8 years ago. Panic. Yeah, I asked these like lawyers, this legal kind of people. So, well, I would like to start DJing on Twitch. You don't really tend to see many DJs on Twitch, but I'd like to start doing it. But I'm aware of there's a legal issue as far as to streaming other people's music. And I know if you were to DJ in a physical location, there are covers for that. There are venue licenses. There are personal artist licenses that allow you to play and broadcast other people's copyrighted music. But is there anything that would allow me to legally DJ and stream music on Twitch and online generally? And basically that the panel of legal people say, well, no. There is nothing that you can legally pay a license to broadcast music like online. There's nothing. He said the whole industry is so far behind that there's all this kind of live streaming and this individual studio scenario where anyone can be a broadcaster. You don't have to have a radio station, but there's nothing in place. Because I'm assuming radio stations would have to have a license to broadcast, not only like a radio license, but generally a license to play other people's music. But there's nothing for like Twitch streamers. And yeah, they say, well, the only advice they could give me is to seek individual permission from every artist and record label that I plan to DJ with. I was like, cool, yes, that sounds perfect. But I started doing it anyway, and just played stuff that had no recognisable artist or label. Getting harder to do so, because people like to hear certain music now. But that was 8 years ago. And I know Twitch has made some deals with record labels now, but still it's an approved list of record labels that you must play. So it's like, I don't like having approved lists. Like, you kind of ruin the whole kind of thing if you can't play what you want. So that's part of the reason why I haven't DJ for some time now, because Twitch has changed the rules and my laptop doesn't always like to work. We'll get there though. Tomorrow's Uno's birthday. Ooh, nice. Are you doing anything nice for him? You get treats? Get any special play? Yeah, all those Unos. Going to No Dust Record Store during the day, by the way. Ooh, nice. Same reason why I stopped doing guitar covers too. Oh, that's a shame. Got him a rope with a ball. I hope he likes it. Nice. Sounds like the kind of thing you'd like. Yay. Double pandas. Happy birthday to Uno, yeah. Yeah, it's... I can understand why they're kind of copyright restrictions and DMCAs and all this, but it does kind of stifle expression and creativity. Because playing a cover on a guitar is not saying, hey, I want to share someone's music without you having to buy it. It's like, well, I appreciate this music and I would like to show off my talent along with my appreciation for the music I'm playing. Most people I see play music during stream, also big streamers, yeah. I think Twitch have got the technology in place now that if it detects that you have played something copyrighted, they will automatically mute the audio, so as not for Twitch to get in trouble. But it does of course mean that your VODs are no good at that point. Be right back. Aussie food time. Okie dokie. Interesting. And dog walks a bit right. Okie dokie. Yeah, I've set my Twitch channel up automatically to never save VODs when I'm DJing. So if I put myself into the music category, it automatically does not save the VOD. But if I stream on any other category, it will save the VOD, which is pretty awesome. You can do that with Twitch. Feels like a little exclusions, like switch on all VODs and then underneath, except for the following categories. And I just put music. Because my DJ streams will be flagged or muted and they'd be pretty much useless. But I am thinking of doing a DJ stream again soon. But probably just a Discord. At least the audio just a Discord. So if I do live stream it, it'll be like without music. You'll probably just have the microphone to the live stream with a message on the screen saying, if you want to listen, pop into my Discord and join the chat, and you can hear it without any restrictions or copyrights. And I can play whatever I like then, without worry of being striked. Because I do have I set up a channel in my Discord for that, like ages ago, which is just called Rave. Or stream. I suppose I can do it on stream as well. Either way. I could like DJ to my Discord. So that's an option. But then yeah, you'd have to live stream without the music and go, hey. So people come in and go, I can't hear the music, and you go, well, if you read that big text on the screen. And join the Discord link below. So I did save that. Let's go back to here. That's now a game object. Just drag that in there. Right. If I run this now, I can see if I get any red text. Let's turn the music off. Well, it's not screamed at me, so that's pretty good. So we can continue. And I suppose I can put a medal, go public. Medal award times, and go, let's go award times, and then go, if it's complete, we can go medal sprite. Medal sprite dots. There's a sprite, isn't it? Metal socket component. So this is where I'm going to be slightly confused what I'm going to do here. I don't think it's a sprite I need, is it? It's, that's the sprite, source image. Yeah, I think the only other thing I've done is got to be that projectile selection. So each of these have an image. And that's all in there. So projectiles, let's have another look at projectile selection again. So I guess the button. Where's projectile button? That's projectile button. Image.sprite. So button is a button, it's an image. So it is image.sprite. Oh, so image is the UI, isn't it? So it needs to be using Unity engine dot UI, and then we can then go image. Okay. And that can be an image. Right. That's better. So that's what I was thinking. Middle. Let's start again. Yeah, just been running my laptop. My laptop's now blue screened. And all it did was have my stream open. Not doing anything else, just a browser running my stream. So I do need to swap the hard drive, I think. See what difference that makes. Equals it's going to equal gv dot it's a wartime, isn't it? Equals war times dot what do they call it? Middle one, wasn't it? Middle one, there we go. And I need to put gv dot is it a get time text? Oh, that's painful. Okay, right. So return string. Oh, that needs to be brackets in there as well. So you pause the get time, gets a time from the get time text, runs it into middle one, and then pulls out the actual sprite I need to show. Now I don't really need to know what scene I'm in if the award times is unique per level. So I could remove the whole scene thing and remove the scene management. Simplifies it a little bit, and I bet you that start doesn't actually work if I right. Okay. So it needs the middle award times for this level. So that's the level. So let's copy that. Can we duplicate it? Probably need to put these in a separate thing. So these are scriptable. Let's create a new folder. Folder. The brain is not braining. Oh, there's this folder. New folder, and let's call this scriptable objects. Drag all those into there. Cool. And here's in the sprites. Let's go into there. Go back to scriptable objects. Okay, you can do it that way. Rename. Level 2. I can drag level 2 into there. Yeah, so I can actually create one of these for every level and just drag it into the middle rewards for each level then. If I then go to prefabs UI, how long have you been using Unity and why Unity? Good questions. So I've been using Unity. When did I start? I have to have a look at when I actually did my first actual game dev stream. It's probably been about a year, I'd say. So So about a couple of hours a week for a year. And then more recently I've been doing sort of 2 days a week. Most weeks. So yeah. If you total it by hours, 50, 100. Yeah, I'd say about 100 hours maybe. First projects. Yeah, so this is my first whole project. I've done like, you can follow a tutorial and you go, well, let's make a thing, and you just do like a couple of things and it does a thing and go, oh, cool. But this is my first actual project of like not following instruction. So yeah, I've about 100 hours probably using Unity, but 62 streams. Yeah. So yeah, average of 2.5 hours times 62. Good point. Yeah, I've numbered my streams. 155 hours. Okay. So I like the maths on that. And to the second part of your question, why Unity? Well, Unity uses C#. 6.5 whole days. When you put it down like that, you think, well, 6.5 whole days to make this. Obviously, that's with no sleep. But yeah, I use Unity because Unity has C# as its and you use Unity because I want you to. Yeah. Yeah, Unity uses C# as the coding language, which is all this interesting stuff here. And I got a qualification in C# through work. Got a, was it software? I don't think it's specifically software engineering. I like to think of it as software engineering, but it's a level 3 in software design using C#. So I know all this bit. All this bit is pretty straightforward. Apart from anything in green is Unity. Anything in blue is standard C#. So you did have some prior knowledge. Yeah. So yeah, I knew all this kind of stuff. I know how to use like Visual Studio. So everything you see on this screen, very familiar to me. What wasn't familiar was the whole Unity screen. So it's like, oh, okay. I have a thing. How do I write code to make the thing do something? And then, yeah, it's just learning that if you want to reference it, you go, well, you use certain keywords, and then you just do the general stuff you already know how to do. Like the maths is the same, functionality is the same, the writing structure is the same. So all this I kind of knew. It's just, well, what is a sprite? What is a game object? What is an asset menu? I dabble in Unreal Engine, basically just using YouTube tutorials. And Sid is studying game design in college. Oh, wow. Awesome. It'd be cool to see what Sid comes out with. What is Sid going to be using Unreal, or is he like kind of presenting a lot of different engines to work with? There's so many options now. You've got Unreal Engine, Unity, Godot, Game Maker. I've been playtesting this game. Oh, nice. He's using Unreal. Cool. Yeah, I got tutorials for Unreal. Like I bought tutorial packages for Unity and tutorial packets for Unreal, but I've not gone through the tutorial packages for Unreal because I went, okay, this is going to be easy because I already know the coding part. I just need to learn the engine. Whereas Unreal, I need to learn C++, or as you say, using nodes. You kind of like drag and drop boxes together and do visual scripting, which you can do in Unity. You can do visual scripting in Unity. I've never looked at it though, because if I already know how to write this, I feel it's going to be something extra to learn. Yeah, probably best stick with what you know. It's a lot, yeah. But that's cool, yeah. The thing is, unless you want to do something specific, like a unique game mechanic that no other game has done, so it could have had an easier time. You could have done, but you would have been at the same level as I would. But at least with this, you can be absolutely specific about what you want to do. Like I couldn't. Some of this I would probably struggle to do in visual scripting because I've got a very specific idea of what I want to do. Where's the fun in that? Yeah, that's true. I do nothing but type what you want me to type, and it works. Yeah. But hopefully, eventually, you'll look at what you've typed and go, "Oh, I can see that's doing a thing." But if you looked at that straight off, you go, "Well, if sec time chevron equal get seconds goal time, what does even that mean?" So, but then you eventually go, "Okay, the if is asking a question. Sec time is obviously a value. The chevron is saying, well, if this value on the right hand side is greater than that value on the left, the equal says, well, or if it's equals, the yellow text is asking something to give you a value back, and the white text is a value going into the yellow text to get a value out." But you get there eventually. Oh, you have that, but I can't create on after it. I understand what it says, but I can't write the second part, man. Yeah, that's fair. That's you're already kind of halfway there. If you can read code, like I can read most code. Like if you give me code in any language, I can kind of understand what it's doing, but I don't know why or how to write it. But then as soon as you start writing it, then you kind of you go, oh, okay, I understand that now. So if you want to like understand more of the code, I would recommend picking up like a C# tutorial, and just understanding, okay, how does the C# part work, and it'll just get you things like writing very basic stuff. And then you kind of understand the basic stuff and you go, okay, the complicated stuff is just lots of little bits of basic stuff all bundled together. And that's really how you should be writing code, is that you should never write complicated code. You should always write simple little things. Like this in itself is a simple little thing. It does one job. It has one input, which is time, one output, which is an int or integer or whole number, so like 1 2 3 4. So that's your output, that's your input. So anything inside the brackets is an input, anything before the name is an output. Return says this is what I want to output, and then you just each individual thing. Like that is integer whole number called sec. That is a string of text called s. So s is the input of time. Substring is a function that will look at time and go, well, I want to count 4 characters into what time is. So go 1 2 3 4, and then count to 2. Go 1 2, and take the last 2 characters. Take 2 characters after counting to 4. So that's taking the last 2 characters effectively. In the parse, you take the integer functions. Parse means try changing it to an integer. So take whatever s is, try changing it into an integer. So try to parse it, and then save it as sec, and then do the same again for the minutes, starting at character 1 for 2 characters. Save that as s, try to parse s into an integer, times it by 60, and then add that to sec, and that should give you the total amount of seconds of whatever time is, and then pass it back up here, and that's just the rest of it. Yeah, you wouldn't want to write this code 3 times. You write it once down here, and that's your simple. That's your simple little bit, and these are little simple bits, and you just add all the simple bits together. That's all it is at the end of the day. But yeah, you look at this start off with and go, I could never write all of that. That in itself looks complicated. But it's all possible. And yeah, so scripting, like visual scripting, is literally a box and another box. And you'd have like, this is a box. And then you'd draw a line between this box and then this is a box. And you draw a line between these 2 boxes. And then have another box down here and draw a line from that box to this box. And the box will have a thing that you put that into and you put that into. And then it will have another line that comes out for these ones. So it's very clean, and you can kind of, if you think of your code as boxes, it means you write it cleaner anyway. Like this is a box, and I'm putting that box connected into here, connected into there, connected to there. But I'm writing it out rather than putting boxes in. But the principle's the same. Material image. No, materials middle content. Cool. I made that a prefab. And we go back to scene level 1, save level 2. And go to canvas, go to prefab UI and go to middle. Drop that in there, goes exactly where I need it to be. And then we go to scriptable objects and we drag in level 1. Okay. Okay, so whatever I put into these times here will be when you get your medals. So let's save that and give that a test. We'll have to write a little bit more code that makes that hide and then show when you win. At the moment it's just there constantly. So Shane, say Sid's doing this game design course. Is there a particular field that he's looking to go into? Or just like the general kind of game development fields? So you can be like a coder, you can be a visual designer, you can be a story writer. So many different skill fields that do in game dev worlds. Like, I don't mind the art stuff, but I struggle more with art than I would with coding. Next Monday will be 1 hour earlier stream, right? Ooh, possibly. Not too sure. As it feels like it. So this coming Monday, so it'll be for the UK, our daylight savings changes on the 30th. So this coming Monday, our time doesn't change, but the Monday afterwards it would be. Yeah, so that, you mean by the 30th of March, then yeah, our time will be different to what it is now. Okay, yeah, so that's confused, yeah. Yeah, the Americans changed their time already, I think. One more week of normal sleep. Yeah, there's so many things that you can go into in the game industry, Shane. So, yeah, hopefully Sid can kind of specialise in what he likes to do, or go down the indie dev route, I suppose. Americans do American things anyway, yeah. Americans be Americaning. Oh, I've lost out on bronze already. Oh, and gold, sorry. Still got bronze to play for. Next stream, if I don't finish this medal system, I'll obviously finish that on Friday. But the next thing I want to work on is the adding in like a hint system to kind of flash up where I'm missing and stuff. Yeah, he's not really specified much. I think he definitely wants to be making games rather than any sort of assets or storytelling. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, so he could be like level designer or coder. I suppose he's doing visual kind of stuff as well. But yeah, so many different avenues you can go into. You think, well, making games must be just playing around like this, but like if I were to make everything, I'd have to like create the building, create the trees, then write the code, design the UI, write the story, write the music. There's so many different things I could be doing with this. But the buildings I purchased as part of a bundle, so I don't have to worry about that. The code I wrote myself, the UI I made. Okay, that didn't work. Oh, we got a red text. Can't read it from my ring lights anyway. Index and length must refer to a location when. So I don't think it's passing the string in properly. Index and length must refer to a location within the string. Yeah, so it's not reading the time properly. Fun fact, in my opinion, just ordered a Within Destruction vinyl I didn't have yet, and it coincidentally has Bill Saber on there as a featuring artist on one of the songs. So I tell him I just bought his voice on a vinyl, and he didn't know they released it on vinyl. Oh wow! So now he's all happy that his first vinyl release, and orders some himself. Ah, that's awesome. Now, I suppose if he kind of did vocals and they've not contacted him since, it's just kind of the record label maybe. So how do we get around this? So this get seconds needs to be passing a time in here. So at the very least, I can read out what the time is on this. I also ordered a Dragon Ball themed shirt by them. Ooh, nice. So debug.log. Debug.log is such a useful function in Unity. And in C# in general. You should post more on your t-shirt channel. I feel alone. Yeah, after the stream I'll take the shirt off and photograph it. Like, I would do the selfie thing, but the beard usually gets in the way and I don't have good lighting. So it's easy to kind of lay out my shirt. So if I'm not wearing my shirt, I normally make me a mod in your server. I'll at everyone to death until everyone's. Yeah, I've only ever used the at everyone once, and that was so that's my first game betas out. And I might only use at everyone again when this is fully completed. I do at least twice a week for stream. Yeah, true. Yeah, if you're in the Discord, you're gonna want to know about streaming. But my theory is, if I have to like ask people, then they're probably not paying attention anyway. For now, I'm going to do most beautiful thing of the day. Most beautiful thing. Turn off Windows and switch on the Mac. Nice. Oh yeah, I took a photo of one of the Macs in CEX. It's probably not there by now because it's been a while since I looked in there. But I'll show you roughly what they're selling the Macs for. Be right back, okie dokie. Yeah, I tend to mute servers. There's only servers that I really want to know about. And ones that don't at all the time. Like, if they're constantly, hey everyone, there's a new thing, I don't care. But if it's like only like at everyone for like really important announcements, go, oh cool, that's something I wanted to look at. Ha, okay, that's funny. So, I have a private Discord. That's everything in chat gets reposted to my private Discord. So I got an entire chat log going back months. So if I want to look back at chat, I can look back from previous streams. And I got a notification in my private Discord because Jeffrey typed at everyone in my chat, which then posted into my Discord as the bot. So the bot added everyone in my private Discord. There's no one else in there, it's just me, but that's quite funny. And of course, I haven't got that turned off because I have no reason to add everyone in my own private Discord. So yeah, so because the bot's got admin privileges for being a bot, the bot just added me. That's one way to get my attention. You either at me in Twitch or sort of add me via the bot in Discord. Back. Welcome back. Just saying, Jeffrey. I have the Restream bot posts into my private Discord. I have two Discords. One that's just mine, for me, and I got my Hook Junkie Discord. But the private Discord has a chat log of every single stream. There's like the whole entire chat log gets reposted into this Discord. And because you typed in at everyone in Twitch, that got reposted into my Discord with at everyone, and the bot is just added everyone in my private Discord. But I'm the only one in the Discord. So why is there a notification in my private Discord? There's no one in there, it's just me. And no, it's you via the bot. So I'll probably have to turn that off because no one has ever typed at everyone in Twitch before. I invaded your private Discord, you have. It's basically just notes. I got rooms in here, like I have an idea or I have a thought. I go, oh, I'll write that in this room. I mainly use it for recipes. So like any recipes I find, I just post it into the recipes room. And I was using it for when I was doing my apprenticeship. I was using this to my private Discord to make apprenticeship notes as well. Very useful. But yeah, it's just like a note-taking Discord. Yeah, let's repost again. Yeah, you made a difference. I 100% private Discord just for me, where I mostly just post game series, music names. Tend to forget otherwise. Yeah, it's a nice little note-taking thing because it's available everywhere. Yeah, I should put the recipes in the main. I was thinking that earlier, actually, Shane, as I was posting another one into my private Discord. But you know what? I should start posting these into my actual Discord. But it's like recipes I find online and go, oh, that's cool. I better make that at some point. I have a private server with Lisa where we post all music and art we work on privately. Nice. But yeah, I'll probably cross-post the recipes into my actual Discord. Oh, you're celiac, oh no. Oh, sorry to hear that. Just ban gluten from it, yeah. Like I'm pretty sure I've got a mild intolerance to gluten. Like I can have it most of the time, I'm fine. If I have too much, then my body starts disagreeing. But if I have like low gluten stuff, then I don't tend to suffer. But it's certainly not a full intolerance or a celiac. So I'm very fortunate for that. But yeah, my body does not like bread. But I'm okay with things like white pasta. So I seem to be okay with most things. Certain breads just not agree with me though. Yeah, if I find anything that's like gluten free, I can always make a note that this is a gluten free recipe. But I tend to look for like vegetarian or vegan recipes because they're not as easy to come across like really good ones. I'm lactose intolerant, but I can eat yogurt and cheese nowadays. Nice, no pure milk still. Oh, that's good because I know the lactose content in milk and cheese is reduced compared to just pure milk. As a child, I couldn't have anything with cow's milk. Oh. I got diagnosed last summer, so still in my first year. To be honest, it's not bad, as it's just a lot of food anxiety now, so pretty much can't go out to eat because of cross-contamination. Oh no. Yeah, I can understand that. Nick's is sort of seemingly definitely allergic to bell peppers, sweet peppers. And most places will just throw peppers into anything. It's like, well, who's allergic to a bell pepper? Clearly enough people that is on the internet. But not enough for restaurants to care about it. Bell peppers are a pretty cheap vegetable and they're just thrown into everything these days. But yeah, you have to be really careful. Oh well, bell pepper allergy. Not heard of that before. Interesting. Yeah, many people haven't. But like, there are medical papers on it you can read online. But maybe the percentage is too small for it to be universally recognised. Like chili, people know chili allergies. So you know to stay away from chili, but this is like the non-spicy one. Twitch leader, Twitch has a green logo for me now. Oh right. For a second I thought, why am I on kick? Oh yeah. Yeah, that'd be quite scary. But yeah, having something, because there's a list of so many things that restaurants kind of keep an eye on. Like gluten is mentioned on a lot of foods, but you say cross-contamination makes things awkward. because the food might not have gluten in, but if they're not careful, because yeah, you just need like a slight cross contamination, and yeah, you've got the effects. Even if it's a mild effect, it's still an effect, and you don't want it. I'm very fortunate that my food intolerances are just intolerances and not allergies, and it's only really just large quantities of gluten. Like having some bread's not an issue. Having like a large amount of bread, that is an issue. Like if I had like 2 sandwiches in one day, that's a problem. 1 sandwich, not a problem. The way I read those warnings, like, we can't guarantee it's free from cross-contamination. It is an excuse to be a little careless because it's consumers' decision. Yeah. That's basically, we don't want to make space in our kitchen just for the gluten-free stuff. Or the allergy-sensitive stuff. And we're just going to cook it anyway. We're just not going to put it in the food. We're not going to change our gloves. We're not going to clean the work surfaces down. Well, they might do. They might wipe it down, but they're not going to go, is it spotless? Is there any trace of it? Yeah, if they can't guarantee it, it's not worth it. I said, well, you don't want to put the effort in. I'm not coming here to eat. It's a shame, because some places probably do really good food that you miss eating, but you can't eat there. The annoying thing with the pepper thing is that pizzas, there's no reason to have a pepper on a pizza. But if there's peppers on pizzas in that restaurant somewhere, there's a chance it can make it onto the pizza. We were very fortunate with oh, what was it? Went to this Italian place. Oh, it was Carluccio's. Carluccio's. I had pizza at Carluccio's, and we specified like no pepper, and they were on it. Like they were very specific. And you go, well, no, we made sure there was nothing near it. You have a pepper allergy? Oh no, I'm fine. It's just Nick's. And even more anxiety since the kitchen I used to work in years ago, the head chef would kick off if people came in with specific dietary requirements. Yeah, should be a chef. Like, you're cooking for people. Your job is to make people food. You make it how they need to have the food, not how you want to make the food. Even where I work now, I told a colleague I was celiac, and he said, "What's that?" And I was like, "You work in a restaurant, and we did the same training, which is its own celiac section." Like, they have their own specific part of the training about it, and they just didn't pay attention. It's like, it doesn't affect me. Like, it's a pretty simple thing. As in, so to take care of it. It's not. You're not having to do like complicated calculus or anything. Baffle me, yeah. It's crazy. Like, the thing is, some people don't consider how dangerous it can be for like food allergies. Like you see instances like on airplanes, for instance. They say, well, we have a person on board with a nut allergy, so we have to ask that nobody has nuts. And people are like, I'm just going to eat my nuts anyway. Me eating nuts in the corner is not going to affect them. They're not realise the air circulation system and airborne kind of particles, and then next thing you know, someone's gasping for air. They just don't think. But I know things like nut allergies can be extreme in their reactions. But I'm very thankful because I absolutely love nuts and many foods. So I'm very fortunate and I'm thankful that I can have the options but I'm very kind of mindful of other people's needs as well. Like, if we went out to eat and we couldn't eat somewhere because of the gluten, and go, well, cool, it's fine. I'd rather sort of someone be able to sit and eat with me rather than go, well, sucks to be you. Where's the empathy in that? I feel quite bad for a friend of mine. We went out for a birthday party. It was at Jimmy Spice's. I'm not sure if they're a company anymore, but Jimmy Spice's was like a buffet restaurant with different cultures' foods. Like a whole loads and loads of tables, different buffets with different foods, like from around the world. So you have like an Italian section, you have like an Asian section, have like a curry section, and like the staff there didn't know what was in the food. Like the waiters are, well, is there any of this in this food? Specifically, my friend was like, I am allergic to chili. Is there any chili? And they're like, I don't know. Don't think so. I said, well, that's not helping. If I'm going to eat some of this, I need to know there's no chili. And sort of, they kind of it didn't look like there was chili, and they're pretty sure there wasn't chili. So she had a bite of it, and then her throat closed up. And they just kind of had a go at her for eating something. You go, well, you didn't know there's anything in it. You can't have a go at me for sort of having a problem. But I was a little heartbroken because I love food, but also got me more into cooking myself. And honestly, I can make better food in restaurants now and cheaper. Nice. Do you have a specialty, Shane? What kind of things can you say? This is my dish. Like, there's a lot of things I cook better than I've ever eaten in restaurants. The thing is, it means when I go out to eat, I don't order those things anymore because it's like, I can make this better at home. If I'm paying a professional chef to make me food, it's going to have to be better than what I can make myself. Because why am I paying someone else? It's not... Yeah, it's nice to have someone cook for you, but I get joy out of cooking, and I enjoy what I cook. So why have something inferior and have to take the joy out of it again? Lately, some Mexican food. Ooh. I just found an American, of course, Nazi metal band that believes Earth is flat, and their songs about how spherical Earth is a Jewish conspiracy. That any other time in history, Jeffrey, and I would think that is completely satire. Right now, I can believe that's true. With our friends over, we have a lot of Mexican food, tacos, fajitas, loaded nachos. Oh, sounds lovely, Shane. Of course, it's Americans, and yes, they are 100% serious. Yeah, like in the past, I would have thought that's a funny satire band, but no, I can believe that Americans would have those opinions, or outwardly have those opinions. Before they might have had those opinions for a long time, but now they feel confident they can say it. They are always 100% serious. Yeah. Yeah, so you have mainly British bands that are kind of satirical in their approach to these kind of things. I had a trip booked to California this summer, but I had to cancel it sadly. Yeah, I can understand that. That's a shame. Yeah, I'd love to go visit America again at some point, but once they kind of come back into reality and join the rest of the world in modern society, then I'll be happy to go and join them again. I had tickets to see MCR at Dodger Stadium. Oh no. Oh, that would have been awesome. Oh, sorry to hear that, Shane. Was that the end of the music? What is it? Mexican Space Funk. 5 hours of Mexican Space Funk. Interesting. It's not a genre I considered, but there we go. I like it. Okay, we'll go with Mexican space funk for a bit. Thought about it, but decided ultimately it wouldn't be safe because I'm trans. I know Cali is blue state, but it's the airport I'm worried about, and the government officials decided it wouldn't be worth stress. Yeah, you're definitely safer and better off. The stories I've been hearing, it's horrific. There's no real kind of guarantee even like American nationals are safe. And it doesn't matter sort of any kind of validity. They kind of like, no, we decided that we don't like sort of what we think about you. So scary it is. Yeah, it's kind of heavily aligned with historical events, unfortunately. US is not open-minded at the moment. No, yeah, they're very close. Like, yeah, I've heard too many of the same kind of stories coming out of America now for it to just be isolated incidents. But they're only going to kind of dismantle their own kind of society. It's a shame. I do feel sorry for the genuine Americans that don't want this to happen. But unfortunately there's too many that are kind of okay with it. Hate when unfortunately it did. The thing is, it's always been there. It's just people kind of have to like grumble and get on with it, and now they've got an excuse to go, well, I don't just have to get on with it, I can do what I want. Before they could look at people with contempt and go, I don't like your kind, but the law says I can't do anything about it. Now it's like, oh, no laws. Let's do an if time dot length is, oh, ideally length should be 5. Well, I'm expecting its length to be 5. Okay, not like a method. Cool. Yeah, hopefully things go back to some kind of normality in 4 years' time. I know how much you love going over there, Shane, and I enjoyed. I've been over three times. Yeah, been over to America 3 times. I enjoyed every time. But yeah, I can't even fathom going over. Canada would like to go. So in the meantime, I'll probably sort of well, not right now, but I'll probably more likely go to Canada. Spend my money there. I'm just glad I took the chance to go when I did. I couldn't wait to go back, but now I want to see I want to be as far away as possible. Don't blame you. No, it's sad. There's a lot that America could offer. Like generally, like there's so many things that are good about America, and they're just kind of all tainted them now. I would love to go to Canada. Yeah, I've known a few people that have gone to Canada. I know people who live in Canada. And yeah, it's not as great as it might seem, but it's far, far better than America. But they certainly know what they're doing a bit more over there. So yeah, if I go to Canada, hopefully I can meet up with people I know over there. Or if not, it's a big country. It's obviously the same kind of width as America, or the States, should I say. Bit more down to earth over there, yeah. Would Canada be safer than Europe where World War III starts? Feels like it. Yeah, like, it depends if they're involved. 'Cause I know America wants Canada, because Trump's been non-stop been talking about wanting Canada to be part of the States. So as long as war doesn't break out between those two countries, then they should be safer. Russians and Chinese would go through Alaska to Canada. Maybe need to go to Iceland. Yeah, go to Iceland. Iceland would be a good bet. My friend Ollie has just come back from Iceland, actually. Lovely looking photos he's taken. It's like an otherworldly kind of place. Trump wants Canada, Mexico, Greenland, Gaza and part of Ukraine, yeah. Want to visit Bjork's record store? I didn't know she had a record store. But yeah, Trump's been very vocal about his plans for kind of land acquisition, which is kind of a joke. I liked how he wanted Greenland, but Greenland is part of Denmark, isn't it? Denmark is kind of under their province. Yeah, she DJs there too. Seen some funny clips of her. Oh wow, did not know that. I have to look that up. I know, Denmark has Greenland as a province. The red, white, and blue land. Yeah, that's crazy. That's actually in official American government documents that he wants to call it red, white, and blue land. But yeah, I know that the Danish said no, you can't have Greenland, and to counter it, the Danish people have signed a petition to try and buy California off the Americans and the Gulf of America. Yeah. The thing is, apparently, it's only the Gulf of America if you look at it from American Google. Otherwise, it's just the Gulf of Mexico, like it is to the rest of the world. Yes, can play buy Cali and go. Yeah. But yeah, I know that the Danes had a massive petition. So, well, if they want Greenland, then the Danish will buy California. I'll give this a quick test and then we'll wrap the stream up in a little bit. So I'd like to get at least the code working, even if it still needs a bit of refinement. But yeah, you can imagine like the blue states were independent and had their own kind of government outside of the red states. Obviously, it wouldn't bode well for the rest of the states because they'd always struggle, but I suppose it's fortunate that they are blue states to kind of at least put some kind of balance in there, even if at the moment it hasn't been overly balanced. Identifying as trans is apparently a felony now in Texas. Yeah, it's crazy. You think, well, it's now illegal to be who you are. You must hide it. I don't fully understand where they're coming from, because I know it's kind of scapegoating. So, well, we want to place the blame onto somebody or a. We want to place the blame on the minority for a problem that doesn't exist, to distract people from problems that do exist that we aren't going to do anything about. Like, I know the whole kind of like, they don't want trans people using their kind of appropriate bathrooms and stuff through fear of what might happen, but then don't want to do anything about what is happening in other areas. So it's kind of like distraction and go, hey, here's something you should be worried about. Don't pay attention to the other things. People are like, yeah, we should be worried about that. What was the thing we were worried about before? I can't remember now. But it's quite funny and sort of sad in some ways to see the people that are. I saw like one news article earlier today, or a screenshot of it at least, of somebody who was very vocal about trans people being a danger to children, was actually arrested on paedophilia charges. And you go, well, that sounds like protection. I can never understand it. It's wild. I do wonder how they would check if a tourist, as though, I mean, you're going for your own passport and it says your gender identity as passports, don't say trans. True, I suppose. But then they only need to. The thing is, it doesn't even matter what your passport says. They feel like you're trying to look like another gender. They'll accuse you, from what I've seen. Like women with short haircuts have been accused of being trans. Like straight women who have a short haircut. So that doesn't even matter what the passport is at that point. Police have been called on a woman because she was using the women's bathroom and she looked a bit like a man. So they said, well, you're not female enough because you've got a man's haircut. Coming to you, they can't see birth certificate. Yeah. It's not really down to document. It's they're doing everything on site, like visually. Yeah. Who knows what info they'll have these days? What I do know is that the body scanners are gender specific. I'm pre-T, but my passport says I'm male. So I got flagged and had to be pulled aside when I went to America last. Ooh. Yeah, that would have been quite concerning. Yeah, if they do full body scans, they can see you and go, hang on a minute. Something's not right here. So the length must be 5 then. So am I debug logging time? I am debug logging time. So 306. Damn, yeah. There's no safe way. Like, if they're detaining people and then sending these people to places without any kind of information of where they're going, or even telling others what's happening to them. They need one excuse to go, nope, you don't fit our kind of criteria. We're going to take you off to a location, not tell anyone, you won't be seeing again. It's scary enough and before all this, yeah. Like, America was a scary place generally for that kind of stuff, and now it's like they've fully ramped it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so 5 is correct. Must refer to a location within the string. So it's still not lacking the substring, so it is 5. I reckon I've probably got my numbers mixed up. Let's try this. Oh yeah, they interrogate you when you come in. Yeah, I remember when I went to... I think it's when I went to California. Yeah, when I was on my way to Los Angeles, because I pre-checked, I kind of had pre-clearance in Ireland, because I flew to Ireland, then from Ireland straight into Los Angeles. But they did the pre-check in Ireland before I left. So they basically have a small patch of the airport, which is technically like American soil. And they have American kind of immigration officers there. And sort of like fully scrutinized about absolutely every aspect of who you are, why you're going there, what you'll be doing. And sort of proof of making sure that you're going to definitely come back to your country and not stay there. And I know that most places will do that, but not to the intensity that this guy was. That he made you feel like a criminal. And you go, well, I'm just going on holiday. Asking how much money you have and what your job is. Yeah. And so, is there any, like, could I be doing my job when I'm over there? Because I have my laptop with me, because, well, I want to be able to watch movies and stuff. Is there any possibility you could be working while you're in America? No. I did work while I was there, but that's not the point. I basically, I worked my board. So I was, not for that particular time, but the last time I went, I was with some friends and we went to Boston. But it was with, yeah, what's the deal for work from home people? Yeah. But yeah, because we were going to PAX East. And because I was going with my friends and they were working for a game publisher. And the game publisher had a stand at PAX East. And I said, well, yeah, I want to come with you, but would I be able to, like, stay in the same place as you are? I said, well, work are paying for where I'm staying, so I'd have to ask the boss. And the deal that they managed to get for me is that if I work for the game publisher while I'm in Boston, at least a few hours, then I can stay at the Airbnb with the rest of the crew. I went, awesome deal. So I just basically did unpaid work. I got some food paid for as well, which is quite cool. Basically, food and board was covered, and all I had to do was work for a few hours during my stay to stay there, which is pretty cool. Yeah, work from home people can technically work from anywhere if they're sneaky. Yeah, I can work from anywhere. Like, I've got the access in the VPNs to connect into my work server from anywhere. So yeah, I could be. Did I? I can't remember if I have worked when I was in America. I had my laptop anyway, so I could have worked if I needed to. But it wouldn't have been for America or doing work in America to get money out of America. It'll be working for my home UK company while I was out of the country. Which I think they just basically don't want you to start working and taking American money. Multitasking, yeah. It's like my boss regularly goes to Australia. And he can, if need be, work while he's in Australia. Wouldn't want to though, but he can. Let's try that. Funky tunes. No, I've got some liquid left. This time, yeah. About 10 more minutes at most. Argument cannot be no. Where's that coming from? So these are the non-fun parts of game dev. Ermit's getting 30 next Sunday, by the way. Was it his birthday? But he's been looking like 43 for 20 years already. Ah, okay. Nice. Are you doing any kind of like fun activities? I love how the bot still jumps on gyros over Donna's. It's a mustache. Yeah, the facial hair tends to add years. Like, I don't know if I ever shave this off, whether I'll end up looking younger or older by doing so. Value cannot be null. No birthday plans are. I'm sending him a Rammstein shirt and made him a song, which I won't send. Ask her. That's cool. One is in Dutch, two if you manage to translate it, it's only inside jokes, three, wholly offensive. Yeah, I don't need to hear that. Cool, I was happy with that. Still got red text. Where's the red text coming from now? He's a bit weird in our shared chat, I may say so. As long as he's feeling comfortable to be weird. Where is these nulls? Try to convince you. Look at my lingerie, but yeah, I suppose that makes sense. Yeah, I'm not sure if it was like, well, if I had to see it, you do too. Or more like, yes, you need to see these pictures. I have no desire of seeing you in lingerie. What is it not liking? I've not really changed anything, and now it's got red text. So the only thing I've done is this script here. I think they're on my dead Mac, by the way. Okay. Need to find this. No, wait, I know on what hard drive they are. Oh dear. Still haven't 100% sure. Well, it's better to know where they are than to kind of fall into the wrong hands. I should make like a hidden secret command. What, on your stream, that sort of someone puts a certain... There's some letter combo that no one types. There's someone that starts mashing their keyboard and just you pop up in the lingerie. But let's say they type that lot on an accident. They pop up. Now be very careful what you type in future. Right, there's no calculations going on now. None of this is doing anything of any use. I mean, not bannable. There's no nudity now. There's probably more nudity on Twitch than what those pictures of you. You just might inadvertently scar some of your viewers. There's a UI elements bindings. What is it got a problem with? It's finding nulls. I don't think they're scarable either. They're quite tasteful. Most people I send to like them. Maybe got some tasteful lingerie shoots, I suppose. I just fear I would never think of you in the same way again. Yeah, just me in women's panties with fishnet stockings. I suppose if you consider yourself auditioning for Rocky Horror Picture Show. Once heard Mick Jagger was considered for that, I kind of see that work. Yeah. Well, the game definitely worked. So I don't know what the nulls are about. I have to work it out on Friday. But it's just about to hit 11 p.m. here. So I'm gonna have to think this through. Not sure why it's having problems. But yeah, I shall check it out. We'll finish off the medal award system on Friday, and then probably look at the hint system for like showing what squares you've missed. Maybe after like so many seconds of not hitting anything, it will pop up. Would you like a hint? And you just kind of click on it, and it goes, "Oh, these ones," and they kind of flash up for a second. That'll be fairly easy to do, I think, because I can do a scan, and then sort of have an extra graphic that shows itself upon clicking the button. Switch the camera over. So I think I need to get some rest. Now I'll think about this. Something's not happy with that. Argument null exception value cannot be null. So it says Unity South, which suggests it's probably Unity itself, which is having problems. But yeah, I'll have a think about that. Anyway, next stream on Friday. Be doing some more of this. I want to get these like mechanics sorted. And then I'll do another beta. And I'll put that on my Discord, and that can be tested. I'll do all the things that kind of people are having problems with, and hopefully that kind of solves those initial problems, plus testing these new mechanics. Then we'll go into make more level content now. Have a good night. We'll talk soon. Okie dokie. Thank you for being here, Jeffrey. Thank you, stream. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for being here. Thanks for stream. Thank you, Shane. It's always awesome to see all of you. Yeah, all those awesome emotes. Epic as always. Thank you. There they are. Right, I am going to get some rest. Hope you do too. Enjoy the rest of your week. I shall see you all on Friday for more game dev. So I hope you have a good night. I shall see you then. Good night.